PX. You don't even know.
Alright. I'm excited about this.
So I'm completely new on everything.
Bender? What's it called? Bender?
Willbender. We're about to see the trailer again, but when I saw it the first time, I noticed the mobility. This looks like something I will play, or secondary at least, if Warrior gets a bad elite spec. That is,
you know,
like,
Warrior. You know they're gonna shit on Warrior like they usually do. So
if I see
don't even get tropes.
If I get pistol, it's over. But like, I'm.
But double focus healing Warrior, dude.
That's probably more interesting than if I got pistol. All right, dual blades.
Willbenders protect the Canthan throne with unflinching loyalty. They have no time to play at war. If a threat emerges, they'll strike it down before it has time to react.
Kind of rush.
They take the fight to their target.
So those were two different mobility skills, I think.
A third one now. This is the one that's you leap in the sky.
Yeah, so that's so many. If you run a meditation build with this, you're gonna have like 4 teleports.
Man.
You're gonna have sword 2 teleport, whatever 2 teleports we just saw, or movement skills, and then
that
one,
one that you like go. There's the two ones that.
Well, one of them heals your allies.
Yeah.
Targets, using rapid movement skills to navigate the battlefield.
So 3 Aegises, whatever that was.
Unmatched. And wielding a sword in their offhand gives them extra opportunities for ruthless cuts.
I love sword mania, so
I'm gonna be doing dual blades and then greatsword, because then they're gonna have a leap too. This is the first one I'm trying. I don't give a shit about Necro.
Thanks, Indigo.
Let's do that now.
Why am I seeing a Neil skill on 5? What is that? Why is that not a rifle? Am I crazy? Oh my god, they got Kung Fu elite skills? The virtues look like attacks too, so we got so many extra attacks suddenly.
So let's talk about the profession mechanic a little bit. So we're going to see something pretty different from the kind of typical virtues.
Activating this ability destroys other active Willbender effects.
Slow cooldown too, 12 seconds?
Yeah, it's 12 seconds. So look at this. So
it's a gap closer with a little bit of damage, and it does some burn. So it's mostly for the gap closer.
The Willbender virtues are quite different. There's actually no passive attached to these. There's only going to be kind of this active stance. I don't really want to call it a stance because we have a stance skill type. See, no burning procs, but once I hop into Justice here, we're going to then start accumulating the more understood Justice gameplay. As we were talking about, this character is super fast, high mobility. All of these, all the virtues are mobility skills. So we see a pretty decent range on Justice.
I think that's what he just
Resolve in there.
So check this out. Sword 2, mobility.
Greatsword 3.
Mobility. F1, mobility. F2, mobility. F3, mobility. If you're taking meditations, then port mobility. That's 6 mobility. No one's getting away from this. It's gonna be meditation hybrid unless these kung fu skills, whatever the hell they're gonna be called, I don't know yet, are good or better. You probably take meditation and then maybe a kung fu skill and then whatever.
You remove condies on yourself, movement impairing condies.
That also might be traded. If not, that's weird because then that means the F3 gives stability without naturally getting it from the trait that exists in the virtues trait line.
Pretty decent range on Justice. Resolve in there. Decent dash. This one's also an evade.
It's an evade too?
Yeah.
Yeah, we can just talk about Courage real quick.
It's
Courage is actually Shadow Step. Pretty long range. Initial hit, it's again pretty low damage on these strikes. They're more just intended to push the
I'll wait for him to hover.
Virtue triggers.
Which one has the evade? Was that F2?
Resolve?
Yeah, it is F2.
Instead of having that initial upfront heal that we see on like
good.
Core Resolve and Wings of Resolve, is that it's going to have the similar Justice mechanic of every 5 strikes is going to heal you a little bit.
Next, what's the water bottle?
Oh, true.
How's this guy not peeing? I've already peed twice during this.
He probably did, just under the table.
Health here real quick.
So
in combat, so that matters.
So now he uses it, so now he's...
See that while we're in Justice, we're getting
icon,
this, or in Resolve, sorry, we're seeing 652. Pretty reasonable proc. You can actually get a lot of healing. Obviously, I'm cleaving like 5 golems at a time.
Yeah, so an icon popped up, and then while that's active, then that's when it happens.
Oh, it's pretty nice.
Shadow Step is slow.
It got Aegis.
This also has stability attached to it. It's a mobility skill.
I told you it had stab. You don't believe me.
No, I know. I knew it had stability, but I'm saying the fact that it's also a mobility skill now, that means you can chase. Picture this. You know your spectral bitch-ass ring on Necro?
Yeah.
Imagine you try and trap me in that, and then I say I don't give a shit, and I just use this friggin' mobility skill and charge you.
Nice
you're a roamer
mobility.
in Rover's World, suddenly guard went from like no disengage to like all the disengage in just one spec. 2 ground targets into a leap, and then maybe teleport to 2 teleport chances depending on what's in your surroundings. That's better disengage than Warrior already.
The 5-hit trigger here is going to be both Aegis and Stability. So this is really
5 hit, so you hit.
enabling that kind of
you
dive
get,
potential
like,
for the
stab.
character. You're just gonna, if you dive in
Nice.
with Courage, you're gonna be able to. I didn't attack anything, probably a mistake. I
You
recommend
keep stab
attacking
up
things
for a
after
bit.
you
Look at
activate
this
your
shit.
virtues.
Oh,
That's gonna
can
give
you
you
like
the
imagine it
extra,
sir?
up
You
to
fucking
12
keep
stacks
stab
disability,
up.
that's. But one thing to keep in mind is that these stances, I'll just keep calling them stances, why not? These virtue stances all overwrite each other, so if you fire off Justice and fire into Resolve immediately, you see that I now only have Resolve active.
I don't give a shit about that. That mobility is crazy.
But on the upside, you have a lot of chase potential. You just go pretty far. Throw in some movement for skill 5 on the sword. We'll talk about that real soon. So a lot of movement. There's even more movement on the utility skills. that
Oh
we'll get
my,
to
did
in
he
a
just
few
say-
moments here.
Did he
There's
show 4 and 5?
With advancing
1.6? That's good damage.
It's got a slow on it too. That's pretty nice.
And an immobilize.
It's a combo finisher as well. I mean, those
What
have
the
a
hell? Dude, that's
This is
this
immobilize
class. Oh
slow,
my god.
immobilize slow, and a combo finisher. That's got potential.
That's got everything.
It first slows and then immobilizes.
It's 500 range, but that's still good.
So look, no, here's the deal. If you get slowed on it and you like take the Condi off, then you get immobilized because that's the second one applied. That's pretty nice. I do like that they don't apply both at the same time. That is pretty nice.
Does it say that?
Yeah, it says first slows and then immobilizes your enemies. I like that. It doesn't put on both at the same
Quick
time.
dash towards your foe, shadow step to deliver a debilitating attack that. Oh yeah.
That's nice.
kind of show off movement skill.
What was
Yeah,
that?
it is nice.
So it's just a dash. If
It doesn't
require a
if
target.
something
Oh, it's a
targeted,
fucking dash
if
too.
you end up within a certain amount of range at the end of this dash, you are then going to do
500
a
range,
final
that's not
shadow
bad.
step and attack. So a little bit of that rush.
It doesn't
Warrior
require a
Greatsword
target.
rush, but a
They're
little bit.
making warrior obsolete.
Oh my god! 5 doesn't require a target. Greatsword 3 doesn't require a target.
The virtues, 2
No,
of them
Virtues
don't.
2 don't. 1 and 3, F1 and F3 don't.
They're killing my warrior.
And then my Ranger's like
There's
not
al-
gonna be. No. Here's the bad thing. My Ranger's not gonna be able to kill Guardians now.
Anyways, what they're doing.
They're gonna get out of my 1500 range, Plague. This is.
There's almost. I don't care about that.
bad.
There's almost no reason to play a greatsword warrior in a second.
I mean, is there right now? I mean, they're
Well,
kind
there,
of.
I mean, if you're OG and like, honorable as hell
Yeah,
and
I
shit.
think
But
Berserk
greatsword
Warrior-
5 mobility, guards just passed it. It's just better greatsword axe shield warrior with teleports and more mobility. The only thing I'm seeing here that warrior's better than right so far is just the CC potential. But on greatsword axe shield, the only CCs you'll have are shield bash and bull's charge. So if they get 2 CCs in this kit, then warrior greatsword axe shield like classic style warrior is like almost done. Anyways,
More controlled with the shadow step, and then a nice slow and a very short immobilize 1 second. It's
Melee fucking
pretty
Guardian.
straightforward skill. This is the,
Oh,
like, the
only
most you can do, the
melee.
initial
that's
stab
good. That's
animation is
two,
the double
enough
strike.
mobility to do it.
So you
I
swing your
know.
sword and then you swing your swords again, and you get a
Extraction
solid amount
skills.
of damage coming out from this skill.
This is better Revenant
yeah, so, I mean, that's all
also,
there's to
kind
sort
of.
get 2 skills, but
I think a lot of revs
So moving on
and
to
warriors
the
are going to
heal
sell
skill.
out to this.
reversal
Hold on.
fortune, Guild Wars 1.
This
Here's
was
the heal.
this was in Guild Wars 1. This is true. Oh.
Oh, they get so it's physical skills. All right.
Guard yourself with light, negating the next incoming strike and healing you instead. Hell yeah.
Is it kind of has this similar full counter type mechanic where you are doing this initial block channel, and if you fail to block anything, you'll get a little bit of a heal here. Let me stay in combat so I don't randomly heal
Wait,
myself.
what was the cooldown?
What you're gonna see, if you don't block anything, you get a very small heal, not very rewarding. That's
That
totally
ammo?
by design, because the upside of this skill is if you actually block an attack, let's just have my golem friend use some fire grab or something.
He's trying to get hit, huh?
See, a bigger payoff there, that's about a 4k heal, so about double, but you're also
You don't
seeing
take the attack.
actually taking 0 damage from that ability,
That's
so
nice.
fully absorbing the damage from the incoming attack and getting a heal on top of that.
A set heal.
Really, really high upside for this skill.
All right, hold up. So, all right, it's a
So
2
it's
cast.
similar. It's a channel. So if we
I'm
say
saying
it
ammo
like
though. I mean, it's got 2 ammo. I meant.
So pretty high upside, And it's definitely going to be kind of a key gameplay moment playing against this character, because you're going to want to make sure you don't trigger that reversal of fortune and really limit their options and reduce their healing.
Which players are trash at doing.
All right, let's move into some of the utility skills. We have the physical skill type, which is
Another
something we've
shadow
seen
step.
in the past on Core Warrior. We've seen it on Daredevil.
Not under
Repose.
range.
We're going to see a lot of the same themes, a lot of crowd control, mobility, damage.
Repose.
A lot of the same themes on the Willbender,
He said crowd control.
but kind of doing their own flavor of
Warrior's dead.
physical skills. Start off with Flash Combo. Pretty powerful skill here.
How
This
fast
is
is
going to
it?
be
Well, I guess it's a shadow
using
step,
that
so-
kind of fist flurry mechanic that we saw on the Daredevil, where hitting all of these rapid strikes is going to unlock a secondary skill. In this case, it is a Shadow Return.
Oh,
So this is
fucking,
a
like, see,
super
flick, you
powerful
go back
cooldown,
in.
because if you jump in, land all these abilities, you then have a 6-second window, then fire off the rest of your kit. Just press all your buttons,
then you
why
jump
not?
back.
And then you can have that opportunity to then disengage
I like
and
this
get
skill.
out. All in one skill, very strong.
Oh my god.
You might not be able to fit this though,
Right.
if you're going with hybrid meditation, because it's just an attack. It doesn't do anything defensive, so you need a stun break still.
The Guardian hops in
movement.
with Flash Combo. As long as you mitigate
You got enough of that.
one of those, a single attack. I'm a terrible player, so I used my skill on a target with Aegis. Don't get my flip over repose, and now I'm just going to get destroyed by all these golems.
Not really. You got 4 other mobility skills to use, kid.
Moving on, we
Oh, like this is not bad.
I see what's happening here. Realistically, you're only going to be able to take one of these. You're not going to take
Why?
this and the other one that we just saw. You need a stun
demo.
break. You need probably some kind of
Yeah.
Condi cleanse.
Yeah, this is nice though.
If you had to
I
choose
like-
between one,
It'd be
this one or
this
the other
one.
one, you'd pick this
This
one over
one.
that.
Oh yeah.
I probably would too. 15-second cooldown.
Fuck you. Plus you give weakness and AoE.
But I'm probably using the meditation convert Condis into boons here, and then I'm using the meditation teleport next. So that means I only have room for one of these physical
We'll
skills. if I'm gonna
see.
use them.
I like this one so far.
This is a super cool whirlwind kick animation, AoE,
Oh, just good for
multiple
the animation.
strikes.
It's
So
so
this
cool.
also really plays well into the virtues, which want those multi-hits. They want you to cleave
What's my
multiple
Twilight?
targets. We're seeing whirling light.
Oh,
is
it
a
has the other
great
thing anyway.
opportunity to do both
What?
of these
I
things while
love
doing
it.
a
ammo?
good amount of damage.
Oh no, he's hacking. Okay.
And a bonus effect of the skill is there's also a little bit of a movement skill, but you're primarily going to want to use it when you're already in melee range, because you're already starting
Oh
these
God, that's
whirlwind
freaking Street
kicks at
Fighter.
the start of the ability. So using it to
I might just take that
you're
for that.
losing access to the maximum damage potential of this skill.
One thing I quickly got to point out. I hope this is the case. It looks like he doesn't have passive Aegis anywhere. So now you can take screenshots of your guard without having stupid Aegis visual blocking your shit.
Next up we have Heal Crack. This one's pretty straightforward. Damage and stun.
Just
0.01 in PvP and World v World. Look forward to that. I mean, this is kind of your combo alpha of Advancing Strike, because you get the 1 second immobilize here. That can guarantee Heal Crack. And then that can set up Executioner's, the full extent of
This is
Executioner's calling there.
retarded.
So potentially, if you can find room for this skill on your bar, that gives you more personal opportunity to set up yourself instead of relying on allies and really unload all of your damage into a single target. And the final thing,
yeah.
we might
I
as well
forgot
give
there's
this
one
character
more.
a stun break. I mean, you know, glassy
may
assassin
as well.
characters
Oh, that's
probably
what it
want to
is.
break stuns every once in a
Stun
while.
break.
15-second cooldown.
So I'll just hover this
Not bad.
super long skill
Violent.
fact while I take a drink of water.
15
break
seconds. That's
stun.
super low.
You break stun and dodge backwards,
and
blinding.
it's evade.
Oh, nice.
15-second. Jesus Christ.
You break stun, you dodge backwards, and then you daze them.
You get a flip over skill.
Oh, it's a flip over.
Yeah, you evade, you dodge back.
I was going to touch on, there's
Evade.
also the blind, the initial blind. So get stunned, break a stun, roll away, apply blind, gives you a little bit of coverage to kind of re-engage
Well, you daze him.
on top, and we're just going to give you the re-engage on the
And
same
you
skill.
daze.
Quick retribution. This is
fucking
a
nice.
3 second daze.
This
Single
is-
target though. I mean, you get a
Oh my
lead finisher in
God.
there.
Why-
That's
why
what I'm
is it
saying.
worth
And
Okay,
finally, we're going to see the elite skill, Heaven's Palm.
I'm reading this. Okay.
slam the ground, knocking down your targeted foe. Those that aren't targeted are knocked back instead. Oh, snap! That was pretty sweet. 5. So it's 5 target, 45 seconds. That's nice. It's like 240 range that they get knocked back, or they knocked down for 4 seconds.
45-second cooldown. Elite skill.
Like, hear about this. If you have targeted a commander and they, for some reason doesn't have a stat or anything, fuck on him. Like, is this unblockable? No. So, I mean, like, if you do that, then you basically knocked all the support out of the way.
Someone's having stability or Aegis if there's that many people
Yeah.
there. Yeah, I'm not taking this. I'm taking renewed focus still probably.
Yeah. Oh, God. Oh god, yes, you'd have to take renewed focus to get that one through. Oh yes.
Yeah. This is gonna be so annoying to fight against.
So this will
It's
knock down
warrior,
your
but
target
better.
and push everyone
And
else
magical.
away. So this is kind of trying to isolate your primary target, really enable that kind of assassin.
Oh, that animation was crazy.
4-second knockdown, super long. I think only Backbreaker, someone's going to fact check me and destroy this.
Oh,
I
how
think
dare he
Backbreaker's
mention
the
a
only
warrior
one
skill.
that hits 4-second duration outside of any extensions. That's probably wrong, but why not? 4-second duration, very long. It's an elite skill. We were kind of talking earlier how this character not necessarily supposed to set themselves up as much. Elite skills are typically a spot that we tend to break or bend rules a little bit more, so this really kind of pushes that more
Yeah, I'm
crowd
still not taking
control
it. You
option,
don't need
maybe
it.
build a little bit tankier into the traits.
He's not even
And
traded with
talk about
virtues, so that means you get stability for free on the F3, so you don't even have to take virtues if you don't want to. This is, oh my god, this is crazy.
I told you he was like pulsing the stab. It's pretty awesome. But he just had to hit 5 targets. So I'm thinking if you're in a you're in a fucking Zerg fight and roll, you just have constant stab. That's what I was saying when he was doing F3.
All right,
Like,
so
it's
starting out with the minor
fantastic.
traits.
Okay.
Right to sprint,
Minor.
mobility, super fast, guardian build. This makes sense. Let's get movement
nice.
speed.
Yeah.
Let's get some swiftness.
It's not
Makes
bad.
a lot of sense.
It's not
Fits the character
exciting, but it's not
thematically.
bad.
We see this a lot on the master tier
Oh, it's a
minor trait,
passive.
elite specialization,
Jesus
converted.
Christ!
But it's,
Look what they're doing.
It's not bad.
No, it's good. I'm saying it's crazy good. Because that means you don't have to... Another part, Guardian problem was that you have to waste, like, Traveler Rune or whatever just to get the passive movement speed. This, you just have it again. Because Dragon Hunter has it too. That was the only good thing I liked about Dragon Hunter. But now I can just play this, have the passive movement speed, and then you get... this build almost has everything you want, except outside of, like, stun locking or something.
Ooh.
Then moving in, some of you probably noticed I was getting stacks of a buff as we were firing off these virtues. That was lethal tempo. So this is the Grandmaster Minor damage bonus trait.
Oh, nice.
And this is something kind of new and cool that we're
That's
doing
a
on
good
a
fucking
handful of
passive.
buffs with this set of elite specializations, where it's going to actually refresh the duration of itself every time you apply it.
That's
So
what he was
that's a little
saying,
bit
the
different
5.
from the mechanics we see with like boons, where each stack of might is going to fall off independently as those durations expire. Lethal tempo, I get a stack of this, and then there's 1 second left on that stack, but I get a second stack. Now I have 2 stacks, both at full duration. Moving into the adept traits, we're going to see it's a pretty similar theme across these traits, where they're all doing this more
There's a
natural
weird
trait, increased concentration, 240 concentration in the adept slot. Pretty
But-
impressive, but at the same time, allies will get reduced boons from you. So this
This is
again
nice. This
pushing
is
that
this is an exact copy almost of that part of the Ranger trait, where I share stuff with you, but you get a 50% duration.
No, you're thinking of the stances, the stance trait. Right?
Really?
The shared stance?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Whenever I hit a stance on you, I give it to you, but it's 50%.
I think this is saying any boon from anywhere
know.
is
That's-
reduced, meaning that's bad. for
No,
them.
any boons you apply to allies
Is worse than they would be.
what?
It's for the sake of you having better duration for only yourself. I think that's what they're trying to say, at least.
Oh, I don't like that. Never mind.
Going into power for power,
Ugh.
here you go. 240 power, minus 240 toughness. So pretty big trade-off there for a pretty big gain.
More flexibility in Warver's World, basically.
This is like a Zerg build, yeah.
On pretty that light armor range. So bottom health, bottom armor-ish.
You probably don't need
It's
this.
feeling
so
a
it's
little bit
like-
more like an elementalist, so you can enjoy going into the down state and pressing all your abilities there, as Ellie mains are all used to. But
Notice how none of the other two left.
Outgoing healing potency is reduced. Ugh, but healing power is increased. What? Oh, this is not bad. You heal
It's
your,
another- yeah,
it's
it's the
selfish.
same-
It's selfish.
Yeah,
You
it's the
heal
same
yourself
thing as the other
more.
one.
you
Okay,
got
and then the
200.
first one was the boon duration.
Yeah.
Okay. So which one am I taking? I'm probably taking...
Yeah, it's a band duration one. Because it's not yours. It's your. You could just be selfish and not give your friends any. That's all.
Yeah, I
But
mean,
you don't
maybe
really. But you don't really get any negative to yourself. But 2 and 3, you get negative to yourself of some other stat going down.
Yeah, I guess.
let's move on to the master tier. The first trait we're going to see in the master tier slot,
Okay.
restorative virtues. This is actually a really interesting trait, and it's really trying to push the mobility aspect of this character. While a virtue is active, activating another virtue reduces the initial virtue's cooldown reduction, cooldown time by its remaining duration. That's a lot of words. Basically what it means is, if you're just kind of rapid firing your virtues, you're going to get refunded for the amount of time that you did not spend in that virtue stance, whatever you want to call it. So if I pop off Justice here, 6 seconds of Justice,
Jesus
but I
Christ,
immediately
from
pop
10
Resolve, you
seconds
see
to
a
4
big
seconds?
cooldown refund on Justice there.
Nice.
And similarly,
Oh
if we
my
pop
God,
into
does F1
Courage
F3
early,
at all?
we're going to be getting
Hell
some
yeah.
refund on
They
Resolve.
didn't have enough mobility,
and
guys.
so that is really going to
Not at all.
really enable that kind of mobility playstyle if that's something you're looking for, because you will be getting lower and lower cooldowns. We'll also see a little bit more of that in the Grandmaster slot for cooldown reduction.
This is broken as hell.
Holy Reckoning. So this augments Willbender Flames, 33% damage increase. That's a really large number,
Nice.
but as I touched on earlier,
It's not much damage.
Willbender Flames are not really something that we're intending to be kind of this main damage source anyway. Side here is
I'm definitely doing the mobility
healing
thing
per
so
target
far.
struck.
Yeah.
So
What's
you're going to look
that?
at this trait, and maybe in combination with Resolve. If you're hitting a lot of targets, we're going to see a lot of potential healing.
One's better. How the two have worked.
I mean, the Courage AoE is probably the most easy to hit the most targets with, the big circle,
Yeah, no,
but
screw that. Alright, so activating Courage grants protection and resolution, shadow stepping grants resistance. Meaning, they're saying you get protection and resolution, and then once the shadow step is complete, I think, you get resolution, or resistance. If you're immobilized, you can probably just...
up front, it's going to just augment Courage, and Courage is going to give you protection and resolution on top of what it already does. We see, I mean, we have a similar trait over in Virtues
so
that
what I
gives
was saying.
protection on Courage, so those are going to add together. We're going to get a lot of potential
That's so broken.
protection duration if you take both of those together. But the kind of secondary component of this skill, or this trait rather, is that it gives you resistance on any shadow step. So we're looking at skills like Judge's Intervention, Symbol Blades. Guardian has a lot of shadow steps. We have even more shadow steps on the Willbender kit as well. So potentially a lot of resistance uptime.
Drank like 4 bottles of water.
Why is he so thirsty?
Why is he not peeing?
Common theme amongst Grandmaster traits or the Willbender is that they're all going to augment one of the virtues in their particular
Oh,
way.
nice.
Black
Gain
Fire,
alacrity.
wherever you
Regen.
feel like doing that. Starting with
So they want to gain alacrity on top of the reduced cooldown straight up from the virtue thing. Alright, anyways. But you no longer heal... Wait, what? Oh, Resolve, okay. But you no longer heal. Resolve has a modified... Nah, screw that. I'm not taking that.
So instead of the upfront heal on that passive trigger, you're instead going to get a little bit of regeneration, so heal over time, a little bit
No, that's whack.
less, where we're going to see Resolve now giving me alacrity. You can build up
Oh,
a lot of
pulses, I
alacrity
forgot.
again, cleaving out a ton of
Oh, that
targets
kind of
with a lot
changes
of
everything.
damage.
Never mind.
Get access to a lot of alacrity. This also modifies lethal tempo, which we talked about a little bit earlier. So
More
this, instead
damage.
of 3% per stack, we're now looking at 5% per
Oh!
I think alacrity's
stack, and a
better.
little bit of breathing
Yeah.
room.
Because this isn't going to be the difference between if you can kill someone or not.
Oh.
Deathless Courage. Saved the craziest for last. As long as Courage is active, you cannot die. Your health cannot go below 1 HP.
Oh my god.
That is a pretty powerful effect. It does reduce the duration of Courage here, so we're seeing the 4-second Courage duration instead of the baseline 6. There's a little bit of a
still
extending
I know.
kind of momentum building opportunity
You'll
here
get
as well.
aged.
For every player kill you get a couple of extra seconds there, up to 4 seconds duration, so you can get up to 8 seconds of this kind of no death mechanic.
Oh, that's actually crazy, Warlords
If you
World.
are
As soon as you see some downs on Warlords World, you can just go full in with Courage, get the tags,
At 1 HP, and
tag them all, whatever, and then you're like
get out of range
invulnerable
when Courage ends, or I'm
while going ham on everyone else.
All right, so we made it through. That's a lot of skills, a lot of traits, a lot of tool tips.
Dude, is he sick? Is he having a heart
And
attack? He's needing
that's
more
all we
water.
have here for the
Like, I'm
Willbender.
worried about him
And
now.
that's all we have to
He's
cover
about to open
for
another bottle.
the elite specialization for this beta, so we're going to throw it back to Ruby to wrap up the stream here.
Necro, I'm not excited about
Necro's the most boring one, easily.
at all.
This is by far the hypest one.
I think
then
they tried to
Virtuoso.
do. I think I'm gonna look at Virtuoso first. Well, I'll probably Necro and just bitch. But the first one I'm really gonna be excited to try out. I think I'm gonna do Virtuoso and try a Dagger Focus in Worldly World and see what it does. And then fucking Guardian. Oh shit, that's gonna be crazy.
Willbender might be my new main. I swear to God, like it's gonna be my secondary at the very least. Depending on where Warrior's sitting. I don't think Warrior's gonna get anything half as cool as what I just saw in Willbender. So, especially if we get a pistol for a weapon or some whack weapon, then
I'm
that
closing
means
this.
yes. I don't know, but we'll see.